Hey everybody, in the last video we're working on setting up a Cisco downloadable access list, and we ran into some issues just giving out the certificate, and I was having some trouble figuring out, and then I finally did figure it out. So the problem we're experiencing is because if you look at this, the email name is unavailable and cannot be added to the subject or subject alternate name. So that's what the problem is. So if we go to this user, which we have open, and go to their address, account, let's see, where is this? We should be able to find where this is in properties. Okay, right here, email. So this should be tuser3 at testeve.lab. So it was requesting, it kept requesting. Let's make sure that's there. Okay, so that was the problem. We can also add it to tuser2 at testeve.lab. Okay, so there we go. So now you can see, watch this. We'll go through this again. Do a GP update. Now this should request it. So we're on 46 right here. We shouldn't have any more failed requests. We should actually get a certificate. Not yet though. Still updating policy. Well, that was not sure what. Oh, now we've lost connectivity. We have no internet access. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to reboot this. Let's do that. Restart. Let's see what's going on with over here. So nothing new over in Clearpass. We're going to restart this. And try to log in again as test user 3, which should allow it to get the certificate. So this can be a bit of a problem with how you give out the certificates, how the certificates get there. If they're not pushed out prior to enabling this, could be a bit of a, chicken and the egg situation where user doesn't have the certificate but has to authenticate with the certificate. So this is a good lesson. So that one is still, looks like it's stuck actually in restarting. So let's close that down. I'm going to stop it. Okay, there, it's powered off. And let's start it up again. So that's taking a while to start. I'm not sure why. Let's try to hit that again. There we go. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. There it's coming up. It's starting. So here this radius has been sent. And this is the MAC address being sent, MAC address bypass that we have configured the switch to do. So that's being sent in there. Let's wait for this to start up. All right, so now we should see the host should be there. And there it is. So that's the host connecting. What is it? No. There it is. Okay, that's it, because they're 2217. All right, so that's what we want to see. All right, now I go back in here and log in. Okay, so nothing yet. Okay, so we're logged in. Let's see if we see anything over here. We don't. But now, if we go in here, MMC, file, add, remove, snap-in, certificates, add my user account, because that's the one we're concerned about. And expand this. Wait for that to expand. And we should also be able to go over and look at the CA and see, well, let's update that, refresh. And there you see, okay, so now it's given out to user 3. So that's good. That is a positive. So we should now, once we open this up, we should see the cert at least on this computer. So what we're going to do is we're going to look over here. So the user was able to get on. Because their machine authenticated. But they did not get moved to another VLAN because they did not use EAP-TLS to authenticate in. So that is now that it has the cert, now we should be able to, let's close this. What we're going to do is we're going to log out. That should not do anything there. Sign out. And then we'll try to sign back in. And there you go. Now see, we're able to authenticate to user 3. And the whole point of this was to show the radius response. And let's see, we should see in the summary, we should see wired profile 1. So all we got was wired profile 1. So let's see what's going on with that. We wanted to also see the DACL applied. So let's go to profiles, policies. Let's see which one was applied. Let me just double check that. Test Eve EAP-TLS wired profile. Maybe I put in the wrong one. So if we go to profiles, actually go to, what is it, profiles? EAP? It might be profiles. Let's double check this. Test profile 1. Attributes profile. No, that's not right. So I want to go to policies. Yeah. Okay, so this is right. EAP-TLS, wired enforcement, and the rules. So the problem here, you see this domain user, and let me pause while I find this article. Okay, here's this article right here, and this explains it pretty well. It's right here, community, Aruba networks.com. And it's, so if you haven't noticed by now, member of command to retrieve user group information. The member of command does not retrieve the primary group membership. So this is a Microsoft limitation, not CPPM. So this can be an issue because if you use domain users group, so you don't use domain users group. So basically what this is saying is I shouldn't have used that. So let's take a look at what our policy is, right? Our policy, and it fell into this is the EAP policy. So this I should change. Instead of using domain user, and this is good. So I created another group called, and let's see what I called it. It's called wired auth users 70. So let's use that, wired auth users 70. And this is what you're going to want to do. So this is a limitation though, just of Windows. Wired auth users 70. I think it was users. Let me just make sure. User 70. Okay, so that's what I want to do. Save that. Save that. And now what should happen is we go back here. Let's open this up. We're going to log in. And it's going to be, so we're logging in. We get right in. Let's see if that forced a recalculation here of the system. I'm not sure if it did anything. 2220. So no, it did not. All right, so we're going to want to do this. Let's go here. Let's sign out. And we'll try logging back in. But that's the key. So the primary group. Let me go back and finish this. Sign out anyway. So the primary group, and this article does have, let's see what this has. You can assign that role. So there's a workaround in this article. And still useful in 2022 is correct. Yeah, it really is. So that's the problem. Let's try this again. So we were just falling into the default instead of going to where we want it to be. And there you go. There you see the DACL being applied. And that's exactly what we want. So perfect. We can also, let's log in here. Let's enable. And we can do a show IP access list. Interface E1/1. And there you see, there's the DACL on this user, on this interface for this user. And we should not, let's do this. Ping 10.155.1. We should not be able to ping it. And the matches should go up there. There's a lot more matches. So it's blocking quite a bit right there. I wonder what it is blocking. That's a lot of matches. It's climbing pretty fast. Okay, so that is how you would set up a DACL with EAP-TLS, and that's also important information about the domain users group. So remember that as part of Clearpass. Make sure that you use either a different group or follow this article. Which I'll put on in this video. Try to add this in there. Make sure you follow that article to be able to use domain users, but probably just create a new user, and you're probably going to create a new user anyway if you want to lock it down. All right, so thank you for viewing. I appreciate it. Please subscribe. Thanks.